Ladies and gentlemen, whoops. All right.
Woo.
Listen, you knew this was coming, Pete. Maybe you didn't. You probably didn't. I would hope you didn't. I'm waiting for things to. Wow, everything's out of order. Nothing's correct. Everything hurts and I'm dying. So basically, we were supposed to be here. We were supposed to be here with this bad boy. Beautiful, beautiful promises. Because this is a lie.
My life is a lie.
My life is a lie. It was like I noticed I was like, oh man. Like I woke up on my calendar because I had them set for like a new episode weekly starting yesterday.
Jeez.
And not at all, boy. But I was going through the day and then I was like looking and I was like, damn, I didn't even like say anything at all. And it was like 3 minutes to midnight, so I hop on the count and I'm like, please stand by. Just to have some follow through. And I know it's like we're still pretty like low level. No one's like, how could they push it back? The delays.
I'll have you know, Nathan, I've had like 20 people come up to me on the street. They're like, I know you're involved in this time ledger stuff. What happened? And yeah, it's been crazy. It's been crazy on the streets here, buddy.
It's been a lot, you know. I was moving. I'm in my starving artist era, so hopefully something gets done.
He's cooking, guy. He's cooking.
Oh, I'm cooking, but it's still in the oven. It's a slow cooker.
Nice.
But, you know, we're here, and I'm happy to be accompanied by creative consultant.
Did I spell that right?
/ Ben himself, Evan Harris.
Glad to be
joining me.
No problem, buddy. I'm excited to talk Time Blazer. I always like talking Time Blazer. I like talking new ideas, updates, creativity, fantasy, all that kind of stuff. And Time Blazer has it all. So I'm ready.
Yes, I think I had an update recently for your character. I don't know if I even like gave that info to you yet.
Are you whitewashing my character? I'm kidding.
No. Well, what are you doing?
Played by Army Hammer. Hello.
If anything, I took out a white man, which we'll get to.
Replaced him with the turtle?
No, but we're getting somewhere. Well, hold on, that hasn't been revealed to the public, Evan.
Sorry.
However,
I'm ahead of the game.
However, tonight, it just may. So I wanted to just... Is the music on?
Yeah, turn it back up a little bit.
Oh, there's a lower low.
There we go.
Okay. All right, cool. So basically what I wanted to do tonight is I wanted to present something. Basically, I'm going to go into some art we've unveiled in the past, the present, and yet to come, or yet to be seen, rather. Show you some behind-the-scenes stuff and a little presentation of sorts, which I will be saving for the end here. So...
Nice. So what you're saying is James Gunn came out with his DC slate, and you're like, you know what? I gotta one up him
with the one project. It's like, James. Oh, you don't know who the Authority are? You definitely don't know who the fuck this is.
We're selling out comic book shops everywhere, folks.
Oh boy! So I have to, because no matter how I align these in Chrome, I can't. It doesn't load here. I could just share my entire Chrome and then just go onto the... that'd be easier. Let's just do that.
Yeah, let's do that instead. Let's do that.
I just wanted to see my co-host's face. It's all on good. All right.
I'll be the voice of God.
It instantly lagged. All right, pop over here. All right, so you see the poster?
Sure do. Yep.
Just to confirm. All right, cool. So I got everything aligned in a row for subjects we're talking about. What do we got first? So, all right. So we have initial character posters we had in the past. Just to give a refresher of the different characters we have. This is my character, Scott, aka Time Blazer, the titular role. Love the suit. This is the official, like, full-blown hero suit. It's the final suit, as it were. How we go through superhero stories and they have like the start off test suits
Of
before
course.
actually getting to the full blown. This is the full blown. I was too excited not to just put that out there, like, because as soon as I drew it, I was like, oh my god, it's real. It's fun.
It looks really good. It looks really good. I like it.
Love it. Way different from whatever con. I think we had talked about this before. I had original design. I don't have it on me. Like, even like the oldest one I found is like more akin to this design. My first ever drawing of this was disgusting. it was like, imagine like a morph suit that's half bright red, half bright green. Christmas is a motherfucker, with a round mask around the eyes of blue with white eyes, and then that logo.
That kind of reminds me. I mean, for this one, you think it's his final outfit. Does he have a mask in his final outfit? Is he masked?
Yes, it is more of a like helmet.
Got it.
Which will be better showcased once we get closer to the show. I do have a bit of concept art around that we may showcase a little, but yeah. So that's Scott. That's his main. You can see down here, he's got his watch, main source of the power. Got a little orange lighter here, so he can manipulate fire. It's one of his powers, along with time travel itself. A lot of fun ways of using time travel. One of my favorites is, I'll save it for the show. I gotta say something, but and he has super strength, and he does a lot of combat fighting with this. Over here we got Ashley, another titular character who will be portrayed by the wonderful Priscilla Rose. Let's go follow her. She's phenomenal. Without her, the show fall apart, frankly. This is Ashley, such an important character. It really does feel like Scott and Ashley being two sides of the coin, if the coin is the show. But also, they come into like being like very, very close, as does all the characters. We're building a family here.
Ooh, a fast family, one could say.
Well, actually, the longest, and I think you'll like this, Evan, the longest pitch I had for the show, especially for season 2, was more of an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. family.
My favorite family.
Different walks of life coming together. So, as you see, her background is the Netflix logo, the Tudums. But
oh my gosh.
It's not. I drew this.
Okay.
It happens to look like that. This actually is more akin. Her outfit, this is like, I posted these posters like way forever ago. So her costume has gone through a bit of a design. It's a lot more like robe-esque, I would say. So the background element is like, I picture that as like an actual like wrapped fabric. That's more along the lines of what we're doing here. Next one, we got the traitor himself. I'm kidding. This is Carson's character,
Mean
Nick. Yeah, he's not a traitor in the show. I just meant like, again, please tune to our next Hyperspace Hype, where Carson will be on for one final special appearance as main co-host. Everything's fine. We're fine. He's still on this, thank God.
Yeah, he's off the show. He's leaving Nathan completely. No, yeah,
it's funny. I say like, if somebody like leaves, then like we're fucked. But like, I mean, also if this character leaves,
so what you're saying is a lot of these characters, without them, the show's done.
Everybody's integral. What can I say?
Yeah. Okay.
Mainly, and it's funny because I'll come up with like random characters and just be like, "This looks cool," and then I'll tie them so deeply I can't unravel the knot.
Oh no.
But yeah, this is great. He's Scott's best friend in the show. He is an engineer. He ultimately is the one who designs the actual watch that gives Scott the power. He's the harnesser of time travel in this universe, and that can make him very desirable individual. Not that it's not for like popularity. This is supposed to be a kept secret, but powers that be of nefarious deeds.
There are eyes everywhere.
Heroes on both sides, villains are everywhere.
War.
But yeah, he is also a amputee. You can see on his left arm here. This isn't just an invention. This is what's it called?
Prosthetic.
Prosthetic. Yes. He lost an arm and a leg in an accident. A lot of people have gone through. Pretty much all these characters have gone through some form of trauma. It's the Jamie Lee Curtis of it all, the trauma.
Generational trauma, guys. We're bringing
Absolutely.
it back, baby.
But yeah, he ultimately, he overcomes his afflictions and he just builds for the better. And it's some good stuff.
Love it. Whoa, who is this sexy monster? What is this?
Who knows? Let's go back. Now, this guy, this man, better call Saul indeed.
Oh, yeah.
He is a lawyer, though. This is Ben. This is Evan's character. He is a very interesting character. He's kind of I don't know if the best word against Scott is the antithesis, but I wouldn't say the foil, but just the one guy who tends to put Scott in check. He's the more serious person in this team. It's
I like that. I'm basically the what's the red Ninja Turtle called?
Raphael.
Raphael.
Oh, not at all. Raphael's a hothead. He'd be the Leo, if anybody.
But he's always like he balances out like the leader in terms of stuff. He says the things that other turtles don't want to say.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
I were to compare Ninja Turtles, I think Scott's more like a mix of Raphael and Michelangelo in a way.
Oh wow. Yeah, I was gonna say Michelangelo. Yeah.
Nick for sure being a Donatello. You absolutely a Leonardo, even though I'm leading this team. But it'll be interesting. Obviously, you can see by the different elements of the background, he has electrical powers. Ooh.
Which is awesome. One of my dream powers just of all time. And yeah, like I'm super excited to portray this character. We've read some lines behind the scenes and very interesting stuff ahead for Ben.
Yeah, I may delve into some more details since I haven't told Evan yet. But next here, I just want to say this is an interesting character. This is a character I had in the books for a while. Initially was going to be portrayed by Preston, our friend. However, I haven't really found a natural function for this character in the overarching story. So this character I have to put on the back burner. I'm just addressing now because I had released this image to the public as one of the 5 main character posters in like the marketing launch of this whole project. He's a speedster, really interesting. Would have been a pretty tragic character who could relate a lot to the tragedy that Scott has also gone through. Kind of looks up to him in a way. Inspirational, however, again, I couldn't find a fluent form, so I put in the back burner, but I still want Preston part of the cast. So we have a new character we will be unveiling tonight that he is going to be playing.
Ooh, secrets! I'm excited.
You know who it is. But
I know. The audience, you got to build up tension.
I almost wish I just like saved all of my info dump until now. I didn't even know I was going to be doing the stream, but there was just one night me and Evan were playing Uno, and I was just like, "Hey." Well, no, actually, Evan was like,
"Yeah, I pressed for questions.
Like, why are we here if not for like the Time Blazer intel?" And then the man opened Pandora's box. I just everything.
Yeah, Pandora got nothing on me.
Hey, this is a good one. That was bad transition. But this is Cassandra. She is also a lawyer and will be a partner in the lawyer game with Ben in the series.
That's exciting. Yeah.
As it starts out, she is primarily just that is like where she is. That's her function. She works in the different in the same law office as Ben, while she's not like a powered being as of right now. With the technological advancements that Nick has, the door is always open, I will say, for different characters to help out with different gadgets and such. So Cassandra is not simply going to be stuck in the office all the time, I will say.
Better call Ben and Cassandra.
Hell yeah. attorneys at I have no pun law. All right.
Attorneys at time.
This boy is Jim. That's
just
it.
Jim.
Just Jim. Just Jim. This clearly I went all out on this character poster.
Yeah, I like the background.
Yeah, I love it. So he works at our video rental store, which I have some images of, which I'll be tackling. Yeah, so yeah, there's a lot of great like details. Like I said before, and you could see in the Time Blazer teaser, which is live on the channel, we have different. We're staying within the element of VHS tapes for an aesthetic of like a classic old school feel, even though it is like set in 2023 when the show starts. It's just kind of like a thing where, like, you know how different things like from the 80s have been like very popular, nostalgia resurfacing in this world, as have the aesthetic of VHS tapes. Does that make much sense? Watching a cropped version of film on worse quality? Not at all, boy. But
that's what we're going with.
It's fun nostalgia, and you know, people of this world quite enjoy it. And so I was very inspired by classic rental stores, specifically Blockbusters. You know, I got the nice little Be Kind Rewind sign. This zooms in way too much, man.
You even got the expensive Blockbuster 3 for $10 there. Jesus.
Well, you say expensive, but that sounds like a steal to me. I mean,
my store's in Ohio, bro. 3 for $10. You get that 3 for $6.
3 for $6?
3 for $7. A family video.
I mean, damn, that's $3 a movie. You can't beat that.
Can't beat that.
And you can rent a VCR if you don't have one, $20 a week.
That's cheap. I like that.
Not too shabby. Candy, 2 for $5.
That's a great deal. Hello, sour Skittles, 2 for $5. Let's go.
Oh yeah, I just had some sour Skittles recently. Tasted amazing.
Me too. Yesterday.
Let's go. And then up here, a little fun sign. If you plan to shoplift, let us know. That is a little Easter egg from the Kevin Smith classic Clerks. Very, very much enjoy that. And yes, we can see he has a little name tag here.
He's an ally.
Oh, for sure. Frankly, Jim is a very, I won't say blank slate, but he is a very he's a great guy. Like, he's like the best of the best. He's a quiet type. He does not say much, but you know, whenever he does say something, it has meaning.
So you're saying he's gonna die in the first episode?
No, not all, boy. I'll die before Jim dies. So yes, nice shimmery logo. This is a aesthetic of the overall shop. Frankly, if you want to perceive Jim as whatever thing you wish to relate to, by all means, he is an open canvas for you to do so. And that goes for any character, really. Even if we have set storylines, you find meaning in characters that make you feel good, by all means, baby. Big thing though is there's a very interesting thing with the design of Jim. Jim is specifically modeled after my lifelong best friend, practically brother that I never had.
Me?
So close. No, it's my friend whose name is Ty. And it's interesting because back before we settled on making Time Blazer an animated series, I have been spending the better part of a decade trying to bring it to live action. And Ty here was going to play Carson's role of Nick for the longest time. However, obviously, it's really hard to nail down schedules with people, especially when, you know, you grow up out of school and, you know, not everybody lines up with being able to work, and, you know, with this big commitment. I'm shocked this many people have said yes this far of the show. You can imagine how live action would have went. But it's all well and good. This is very nice to have honored him within the show. He's still around, and being a character where I will, whenever he does have some lines to say, I will get Ty to do some recordings of it. He was very amused by this, to say the least.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's very nice. I'm very happy to have him immortalized in such a rich character.
Great.
Next up, haha, Fire Lord, is that you? Not quite.
Ozai, hello.
This is the Palpatine of it all.
Big bad.
the Emperor himself, who I am calling the Emperor, who will be portrayed by our friend Alden Diaz. Very, very cool guy. Very excited to have him come and roll. He was initially asking like, well, what is this character, like what's the vibe of this character? And I had a big Snoke energy for this man.
I'm
big,
every voice inside your head.
Fairly like bombastic and like taunting, but a like deep hunger for ruling power. Like kind of like a very, very, very good blend between Palpatine and Snoke, even though they're one and the same. You know what I mean. So
that's awesome. Yeah, Alden is a fantastic guy. Great voice. So I can see him fitting the Emperor really well.
Absolutely, I'm very excited to do that. He's gonna be a bit more on the back burner, but still present until we get toward the end. I have stated before that this is going to be a 6-season show.
For now.
Well, no, it will be 6 seasons, and if I would like to do a legacy sequel down the line, I am open to that.
Nice.
Because the story of children of
trauma
is always good.
Trauma. Yeah.
Didn't want to say that, but shit. let my kin be of good health. Goddamn.
The cursed child, Time Blazer. What?
Oh no! Not like this. Rather like a Mayday Parker situation.
Okay.
What do we got next?
I assume it's going to be Okay, no. Whoa, this is new. What is this?
We're officially into the official stills of episodes.
Yo, this is where this is brand new for me as well.
Hey.
What is this? A set of Home Alone 2? What is this?
No, it's downtown Jacksonville. It's a real place. It's a real place I drew inspiration from. This is a scene of Scott and Nick sharing a hug on Christmas Eve.
Sweet.
This is from episode 1. Interesting segment before stuff really starts to unravel. Yes, that's a great term. So yes, I really love how this turned out. This is one of my favorite images I've created to date.
This reminded me of that scene from Hawkeye episode. What was it? Episode 4, when he's going through the New York City main street with Haley Steinfeld, and then he starts like to look at Black Widow as like a memorial on the street, and I don't know why I just get memories of that. But yeah, I like that with the whole clock in the background. Really cool.
That is a good one. It's especially a bittersweet scene because it being set on Christmas Eve, that time frame is a big emotional time for Scott yearly, based on what he's gone through in his past.
Ouch.
So it is it's a nice moment shared between these brothers of sorts.
Yeah, brother from another mother.
There's some concept art.
This is the mask that we talked about.
Yes, a little bit of suit. Obviously, it's from behind, but you get the idea. I really love how this fire turned out. So it's really nice.
Fire is really nice. So yeah. Again, fire and time powers, correct?
Yes.
Blazing through time.
Oh, what's next? I'm starting to forget what's the order of things. But okay.
Ooh, I do remember this one.
Yes,
has this one been revealed or just to me?
I did drop this one.
Okay.
When did I drop it? I think I dropped it for
last November, right?
It might have been for Halloween.
Okay.
Just because I was in the festive spirit of Halloween.
This one's a really cool one. Is this their first interaction when they first meet, or?
Yes, it is. This is from episode 1. This is the first time Scott and Ashley lock eyes.
Okay.
And actually see each other for the first time. This is a big moment because based on how things are going in the story, Ashley is not anticipating to run into anybody. She tends to try to avoid people. Scott, you can see clearly he's masked up in his phase 1 outfit.
He's 6 feet apart. Yep.
Yes. So they don't know. So she does not know his face, but he does now know hers. And there is
Oh,
my favorite scene in the entire episode, maybe of the season, I don't know.
wow! Jeez, calling your shot early.
Comes from this moment that happens when Scott locks eyes with Ashley because of what his the with the power of the watch, it changes his physicality and his entire molecular structure because it bonds with the element of time itself. So in doing that, it alters his brain. So what happens in this moment when he locks eyes with her, he gets a rush of knowledge that he has yet to experience, because obviously this is their first meeting, but it is very much not going to be their last. He doesn't know what's to come, but he's overwhelmed with the feeling as if he has lived through what is to come.
Boom! Wow, that's fascinating. This is news to me. That's an awesome trademark, not trademark, but awesome concept. Exactly. So is that part of him? So yeah, like just whenever you meet somebody, you're just like, is it a random thing? You're saying?
It's pretty random. I have a very like big moments with the show with different characters. Whenever if there's like a big connection between one character and another, there'll be a enhanced presentation of like the lights of their eyes lighting up to signify a very important feeling between the characters. So have that there. Scott does have on occasion unexpected visions that kind of appear in the form of dreams. So they're not very like controlled and they're cryptic. But that does kind of connect in like a reason as to why this type of feeling can happen with him.
I love that concept. And this is only when he has the watch on, right?
Yes. Which is a very fascinating element with the watch, whether it gets removed. It's not like a Ben 10 situation.
I was literally about to say, I was like, oh shit.
It's interesting. As far as the watch goes, yeah, he can take it off, and when he takes it off, obviously he loses like the power. He just goes back to his default self. But you know, obviously it feels better when the watch is on. So sometimes we could play into elements of like borderline addiction with the powers of this, but also sometimes the watch will not allow the wearer to take it off because there could be a certain situation with them that if they do, then they're at risk. It has kind of like a default protective setting. And as far as the watch goes, it only connect with Scott because it's kind of like a one and done, like whoever connects with it first, it locked to your DNA, it's just you. So it has a lot of different things in connection with Scott and his well-being, as it were.
I like that concept a lot. That whole watch concept with its own not like attitude, but just like a protective signature is very cool.
Yeah, good stuff. What do I got next? Aha.
Oh, is this new?
Not too new. No, actually, I posted this not too far ago.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a nice little.
Yes, I do remember this one actually now.
Element. I love how this turned out. I like how the suit's looking. This kind of falls into like reflective vision state. Like anytime there's like an element of this pinkish purple around Scott tends to reflect more on the vision side. Anything that's more of like a mint color, like his watch, that's more reflective of the power of time travel. So now, yeah, he's kind of like at like this point of a crossroad in the story, and he's like thinking like, okay, well, Nick feels this way, Ashley feels this way. I have to make a choice here. stuff like that. And got the rain going. Love the rain. It's not a Nathan project if it's not raining.
Rain's the best.
Love it a lot.
And now that it's time live action, we don't have to dump rain on actors and actresses.
It might be easier than drawing it, I'll be honest with you. What's that? I think we're starting to get into more behind the scenes stuff here. Yeah, okay. So this is a template of different points of facial structure for Scott. You can see here we have different levels of eyebrows and pupils that then can obviously be paired to this empty void that is his eyes. Jesus Christ.
This is all powerful for him.
Right. Basically like torso size in comparison with the heads. Just so I felt it necessary to draw the heads at different points of articulation. So if I need to do like a quick head turn of like reacting to something, I could do that no problem instead of having to redraw it every single time.
Definitely makes sense. Very time consuming.
Yeah, and it's also good to just like have these in general for like when you need to like establish. I can tell you, it was so hard. Like obviously, I could like flip the face, the actual head itself, and that would be an easy placement, so I don't have to redraw the whole thing. But then having to transfer the element of like the way the hair feathers on this side and keep it on that side instead of on the opposite side where it breaks continuity.
I do not envy you, but yeah, this
No,
is really cool.
Not fun, Bob. Your hair is way better to draw. This is Jim's store. We got right here.
Rental Rewind. What a great selection. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's very, very fun.
Of course, you had to have the Godzilla there.
Shin Godzilla, the Batman, Top Gun OG. You can rent classics here too, baby. Just like The Thing, Everything Everywhere, and we got No Way Home.
Future Best Picture winner, Everything Everywhere. Nice.
Hey there. But yeah, also this was a bit of a placement fill. I'll have different designs of different movies within the store window, always like popping in and out of different ones because always constantly updating the selection. But I feel like it could kind of like pop you out of like the elements of the world if we just have still images. So for presentation, I put them here, but typically I'll take existing photos like this and I will have them drawn in the art style of the actual show.
Okay, really cool.
Which is better presented with here because I have next on the image an actual video case of renting from Rewind with my favorite film, E.T. Got everything here. Now, look, other than the logo, everything here drawn by hand. I redrew this all.
Wow, how long did that take? Gee, that's really good.
Pretty much the entire season 1 of Blockbuster on Netflix. That's
I forgot you watched that piece of garbage.
Hey, you didn't watch it. You can't call it.
I saw the clips. But yeah, this is really cool. Fantastic job.
Sticker of the store logo there. Barcode scanning for the actual, check in, check out, and yeah, boom. Classic Blockbuster type sticker, $4.99, quality guaranteed, previewed.
Jeez, that's really cool. That's very, very well done. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I love it. It also took a while, so I'm like, damn, we're really gonna do this with a bunch of different movies and fill the store. I'll try.
You put a lot on your plate there.
A lot, but also video stores with popular movies would have like an entire like row just the same movie. So I mean, I'll probably I'll cheat sometimes.
You should do that. Yeah, don't burn yourself out on VHS covers.
Right. Okay, so let's get into a bit of this is a BTS, but it's also an unveiling. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a brand new character. This is not Preston's character.
Behind the magic.
Yeah, so hey, look at this guy.
Oh, this is what I might have put out earlier, but really cool.
Yeah, this is a little behind the scenes mock-up. This isn't a complete image, but it is of a new character we have named Tortalis. He is, yes, a giant turtle, tortoise, what have you, being. His story is an interesting one. Got another one right here. His story basically is it's hard.
How much are you willing to unveil, Nathan?
I'm willing to unveil a little, but I feel
Okay.
like once I start, I can't stop. You know, because there's this whole other side of the world.
There is. There's a
Uh,
lot here.
because that's the thing, right? This isn't a human, and it's not like
So you're already asking. You're already just by introducing this character, you're introducing a ton of other lore and questions that come with it.
yeah. As soon as I told you when I started seeing some evidence in Pandora's box, as soon as I actually started fleshing this out, I was like, oh god, I have a whole like world to build, and I did, and I was like writing paragraphs in my notes. I was like, oh boy, this is them. There's different humanoid animals in this world. They're in hiding because they want to live their life in peace. Humanity would never allow that. You know damn well. I mean, we have obsessives who are trying to find a non-existent Bigfoot or existent. I don't know. If we ever discover something like this, and with how much people like regular animals, they would never have peace. Never. So they're constantly in hiding, but also trying to protect their home. The main threat.
Ooh.
Well, actually, a big thing that is important with characters like these different animal creatures, animal humanoids, is they're going extinct. All these different species. Obviously, we have like the actual like animal ones, and that reflects with these ones because we have. I don't know if it will help in a way. I feel like I'm suddenly James Cameron with the Avatar, with the explaining the caring, because like global warming, deforestation, baby. It's not helping their ecosystems either, and they're trying to live, constantly shrinking more and more. But there are others at play that are threats that aren't of cause by regular humans themselves. It's a big one, especially for the species for Tortalis here. They have been raided and pillaged by what I'm calling the suits, which is
the people from the Emperor, correct?
Yes, the people who live to serve the Emperor and who also work under the primary Vader antagonist, the Man in Black. We saw him on the poster earlier. I'll
show him again.
Yeah, right up here. This man, too close. Jeez, it never just wants to be a little bit. Yeah, this man up top left, the Man in Black, very imposing. Be an interesting story when we get to him. But yeah, so Tortalis here, his species are dwindling, and what throws him into the mix with our heroes is we have something happen around the location of Scott and everybody that gives I'm trying to like word it correctly, that the Emperor takes interest in, so he dispatches the Man in Black to go obtain this, and they know that if they obtain this power, it's over. It spells certain doom for everybody everywhere. Jeez. All at once.
And then this thing that they're looking for, is it the watch, or is that a secret?
Maybe. Okay. Basically, it doesn't necessarily have to be the watch itself, but it's the fact that like
people can create something like this.
The fact that the element of time, which is the most powerful element in the show, has been harnessed. It's been harnessed and ultimately, quote unquote, weaponized. So if they get that power, it's over. Tortalis, this man, leader of his people, realizes that, so he treads along and follows them to quote unquote mainland, our location, to stop him. And then how his journey proceeds, you will see within the show.
Got it. So he's looking out for the kids. Is that what you're saying? For us?
He's looking out for his own people.
For his own people. Okay.
He doesn't really have a kindness to humanity at this point.
Got it.
Could that change?
You never know. Power of friendship, baby.
This is taken from a scene though of which he is like overlooking
Okay.
a headquarters of suits, which is this scene right here, actually, a updated shot.
So he's doing like his scouting.
Yeah. So this is the same shot we saw behind the scene. This is the finished product of it.
Got it. Okay.
All
Does
foggy.
Can we reveal what episode he appears in?
Yes, he does show up in the first episode.
Okay.
Okay, so then next, wait a second, I'm doing counts here. What was the next one I have? Okay, well, that's a tricky one. Do I show this one? I'll show this one because I don't even think I talked to you about this. Evan.
Oh, yay! Whoa! What is this? Are these suits?
No, they're not human. That's for sure.
Whoa! They look evil.
They look evil. Well, it's interesting.
You son of a bitch.
Do you see anything familiar?
Like the black suits, their head.
All right. Take this image in. Like, take a solid 5 seconds. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll pop you over here. No, sorry. Over here.
Okay. Like stuff on his chest.
It does look similar, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Aha.
Wait. Oh. This is the Time Council. I have no idea. What is it?
You're not wrong.
Oh, what? Are you serious?
How the hell did you nail that?
What? Holy shit!
These are beings.
Creative consultant, baby.
Speaking of creative consultants, these are beings who
wow,
observe the flow of time itself. They keep things in check. Now,
are these like the oracles, the norms, fates? One could say.
Well, it's interesting. So basically, they are not to interact. They're kind of like the Watcher in a sense. It's kind of a good example.
So they're all played by I forget his name. Jeffrey
Wright.
Jeffrey Wright.
No, as interesting as that would be. If anything, the main blue one here, who is the leading person, would lean more female, even though they have no actual orientation.
Got it.
But yeah, this is interesting. Basically, their story is they observe the flow of time, and anybody who dares like manipulate to such high degrees, that's not good, Bob. That's not acceptable.
Very dangerous.
And who's doing that?
This also reminds me, going back to Ben 10. Wasn't there like a movie or something on a Ben 10 show, one of the later seasons, when he has to like deal with people that like created the Watch or something like that?
Maybe.
I forget when. But this is a really fascinating idea. I love this. I'm blown away.
And it's interesting because initially when Scott does design his costume, he doesn't know these beings are a thing.
How would he? Yeah.
But because of how I brought up those random vision dreams he has, he'll get flashes of different elements. So without properly even registering that he saw something like this, he just kind of like has something linger in his head like, this is an interesting design, I like this design, which is not too dissimilar to my actual real life of creating that logo. It's not like Spider-Man with like, oh yeah, we'll put a spider on the chest, or Captain America with the stars and stripes. He designed that logo just because it intrigued him. It's something he popped into his head and he liked. Little did he know he had a little flash of something.
Jeez, that's really cool.
And he'll later encounter them. As I said, they're not very keen on someone disrupting the flow of time. So why would they allow Scott to continue to do so? Well, we established the Emperor. He wants to mess it up in a big, bad way.
Okay.
And obviously they're observing the flow of time. So it's like, okay, if he gets this power, and they're not allowed to interfere. They can't change the timeline itself. It has to play out. So they're just like, okay, this guy gets it. bad. This dude has it. Not ideal, but if he can stop this guy from getting that,
All the better.
all the better.
So do they know what is to come? Have they seen all 6 seasons, basically?
Ultimately, it's vague. It's
That's good, yeah.
It's pretty vague because, there is a sense of free will in this world. So there's many different like outcomes that can happen. So they just kind of have to make sure like, okay, things got to be on the right track. Otherwise, it's kind of like an observer playing chess, and like Scott is their queen, as it were. The timeline is king. Scott is the queen. Don't get taken. Okay, so now I think we're officially going to be getting into a very special thing I wanted to put in. I don't have any video. I don't have any video available right now because I don't have any clean animation completed. And I just don't want to do that. So
no rough cuts.
No. However, what I do have, and I think this will be interesting, especially for you, because you haven't seen these.
Ooh. Is it my birthday already? Shit.
I have from each of the 6 episodes of season 1.
Whoa.
The title cards.
Okay, fascinating. Okay, I like that.
So you're gonna get the episode name and an image behind them that reflects a still frame from said episode.
Wow. Okay, I'm ready. I'm super hyped.
All right. So here we go. Episode 1.
Dream. No, I'm kidding. That's awesome. Dreams.
Now we saw this scene. I
did.
showed you an image.
This is their first interaction, the first meeting, which means it's very important, of course, as you said. I like the colored highlights, the colored outlines here. Even the way like the dream word is distorted in a sense. Really cool.
Yeah, I liked it to have a kind of reflection. As I said, dreams are an important element because they kind of reflect an element of visions for Scott. And since it does come from the actual watch pairing and changing him, kind of has that glitch technological aesthetic in placement with it. And as I said, these 2 colors, it's like fuchsia and mint. They're more like reflect the different elements. The fuchsia being the element of visions, the mint being the element of time.
Have we gone over what's her name? Kate's ability?
Ashley,
sorry.
Not even close. Yeah, so it is in the teaser, so I can say Ashley has the element of teleportation. That is her primary power. However, from where she comes from, she has enhanced skill set, as it were. Which actually is a great segue, Heaven, into the 2nd episode.
Holy shit. Wow.
Right.
Rebirth.
Episode 2 is Rebirth. It is a surprise, a prequel to episode 1.
Oh, wow.
Ultimately, this is going to be a Ashley-centric episode where Scott is like typically like the main character, and we follow him primarily in his journey in episode 1. Episode 2 is going to highlight where Ashley came from, how she gets her power, and ultimately how she ends up in the same location that Scott is.
Wow, that's such a great idea. I always love it when shows take their time and build up each individual character before they collide with the main plot and story and other main characters. So yeah, this is very cool. Very, very cool.
Very nice, very nice.
She seems to be carrying a lot of possessions too. Her personal belongings.
She's got a bag. She's got a book. Sacred Jedi texts.
Yeah. Wonder what's she reading?
What's she cooking?
High Republic Star Wars.
You could actually it's funny. You could with this book, you could say in the first episode, what is she cooking? It's not food though. But all right. Episode 3, probably a more simpler one, but it's intriguing just by what's on here.
Connections. Oh, is okay. Interesting.
Who's that? That's new.
We
We
see
saw this guy
our turtle character, Tortalis,
on the left here.
alongside. Who is this? This a Man in Black, a new character? No, no,
New
no,
ca-
no, no.
You know.
Okay, I do.
Uh,
I do now. I remember now. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a little tease at
Hmm.
Preston's new character. This is a robot named 3D,
Yes.
and best I could tell you, he's from the future.
Is he back from the future?
He has to get back to the future, actually.
There we go.
There it is, baby. We did it. Marty McFly himself. Not at all. I love the character of 3D. He is a very interesting character because obviously he's a robot, an android. He's not someone who's like born of the capacity of emotion, but come on now, it's sci-fi. We can give him the development to develop said emotions, and the way that pans out is beautiful. Little elements I do love about this character is that he does have a connection and knowledge of all of our main team members.
Oh.
And he knows all of their journeys. He knows.
Oh, because he's from the future.
He does. He knows everything that's going to happen, but because of his advanced programming, he has the memories. They're accessible. However, he is restricted from divulging that information, and the ability to do so is encrypted at like a futuristic degree because he is from the year 2187. Easter egg. So yeah, he's from that year. So very, very technologically advanced. So they, even if they wanted to attempt to crack any type of code to know what their future is, they can't. They just don't have the technology to do so.
That's really cool. And he teams up with Tortalis?
Well, that's interesting. The whole thing with episode 3 Connections is that all of our players, all of these characters, Tortalis, 3D, Scott, Nick, Ashley, Ben even, they all start to come together, start to meet, start to form their dynamics that are going to lead them forward.
Okay.
I think I answered your question without answering it, which is the
totally did.
The JJ school.
You pulled a JJ Abrams on me, but it's fine. It's fine. I like JJ.
Gotta have some mystery box. All right, the last 3 ones. I love these thumbnails. All right, or not thumbnails. Okay, I don't know. I debated if like these title cards should be the actual episode thumbnails. I don't know.
But yeah, we're getting into episode 4, correct?
Episode 4. Hold on to your butts, Evan.
Oh. Wow! Holy shit! This is awesome.
This episode is called Nick of Time. Ironically, Nick is not on this photo. But that's okay. I thought it was clever wordplay, but also does have interesting elements. Anyway, hey! That doesn't look friendly.
Oh man, this has me hyped.
So this is, I think this is new for you as well because you have not seen Ben in this type of outfit.
Not at all.
This is
I like it.
Similar to Scott. This is his suit, prior to any like form of upgrades. Although I'm still debating whether or not to upgrade Ben's. I don't want to disappoint you. I just think it's a really cool aesthetic. Granted, you haven't seen like a full realized colorization, but just like the sleeveless hoodie look and the mask, I think it's like a yellow and black aesthetic. Yeah, that looks really good.
That's awesome. Yeah, given what I know about like what Ben's up to in episode 3, I'm excited to see then where he goes with this encounter in episode 4.
Was
that's fascinating.
This is an interesting bit. The stuff I said I was developing some things, and I don't think I caught you up to speed on development.
Oh,
we had established previously, and it's in the teaser, that Ben is against vigilantism. especially when Scott Scott is the first one of like public knowledge, so he takes a stand against it, and that can throw some people off because it's like, hey, Nani, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So this is an interesting bit.
Sorry.
A new element I created for Ben to actually like flesh out this idea of like, well, okay, why is he staying against this if he has this power? Is Ben has been doing stuff like this before Scott. He has been in this world to small degrees helping people who can't help themselves. But obviously, him being a lawyer, it's very illegal. So when Scott rolls up to the scene, starts doing stuff like this, all chaotically, and getting all this publicity, it's not good. You stop it. What are you doing? You're gonna ruin it for everyone here. You can't just go out doing this crazy stuff. Otherwise, we're all gonna get cracked down on, and we can't help anybody if that happens.
Yeah, that leads to like a personal conflict within Scott and Ben, in terms of Ben like personally like, hey, what's the kid coming along? But also like in the bigger sense, just like, yeah, there's people that can crack down on us if things get revealed or if people get caught or thrown in jail. So, oh my gosh, that's fascinating. I really like that.
Yeah. So, but you know, I don't think it's like, you know, will they stay enemies? I'd hope not.
Season 1, Civil War.
Yeah, which is funny because initially I had pitched down the line doing a Civil War story, and I think I had told you and Carson about it.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I think I'm moving away from that.
Okay. Yeah, that was like a later season thing, I believe.
Oh, dude, I developed something way crazier.
What are you cooking, Nathan?
Oh, I cooked, and it's spicy.
Oh boy,
spicy, and you have no water is what I will describe.
Jeez.
So yeah, I love this element. This is going to be an interesting battle. Who will come out on top? I don't know.
Oh, that's gonna be so much fun. That's great.
Good stuff. But also,
this is my most hyped episode, guys. This is gonna be the best episode of the season. This is gonna win all the Emmys. Let's go.
But also with the title "Nick of Time," I do want to give a bit more. You know, as I said, I like to give different development in different episodes for the different characters so that they can. And obviously, with this title, Nick is going to have an interesting play within this. I think Tortalis in 3D is the best. Episode 3 connections is where they'll get their big shine of like where they're coming from. This one here, as well as development for Ben as well.
In episode 4 or 3?
4.
Okay.
I
like this a lot.
Evan, penultimate episodes. You like them?
I love them. They're the best. This is where the heartbreak happens in the penultimate episodes every time.
This is
oh boy
a 2-part finale.
Oh shit!
So episodes 5 and 6 are a 2-parter. Okay, here we go. Episode 5.
Whoa!
Oh shit! I forgot how good.
Rock the Rebel. What? First off, what a fantastic fucking title. I love that title and the imagery this is conveying. Holy crap! This is beautiful. This is stunning. This is godly. Oh my god!
And I'm realizing I haven't publicly unveiled these characters.
Yeah. Wow.
But they are being introduced here. So okay. New cast members time, baby. Now I'm gonna hold off on the title until I get to the next one because they go in tandem. Okay, so damn, this is borderline album cover. God damn it!
This is great, Nathan. You've outdone yourself with this one.
I appreciate that, sir. Okay, so the person in purple here. This is a character that is going to be played by our friend Edgar, who you can see on Evan's other podcast.
Yes, on Where Heartbreak Feels Good. Like and subscribe.
Yes. Ring the bell even. Ring this bell here so you don't miss future time.
Yeah, if you got this far and you haven't left a comment, left a like, or ring the bell yet, please do so right now.
So, this is a character on the lower half here named Alvaro. He is he's talked about, but he's first introduced physically within episode 5 here. He is a connection of Ashley in terms of like somebody that she knows. Kind of like a supplier of sorts with different things. You know, it goes in tandem with these books she's taking from that second episode in that thumbnail. But Alvaro is a sorcerer. He is somebody who ultimately opens the knowledge of this greater world, whether it is these fantastical elements or these fantastical creatures like Tortalis and other beings like him. He's kind of like that bridge into that greater world.
Got it.
And behind him is a character who I've just decided to name on literally in this moment.
What?
Well, okay. Because initially, like, I've been bouncing around for a while, and I was like, what do I call this guy? Because this isn't just like some like being that Alvaro is harnessing. This is a partner. This is like his Wong to his Doctor Strange and sorts.
Oh, so both of these people are good characters?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yes. So I wrote some dialogue from season 4.
Jesus, Nathan.
All right, just bear with me here. This is important that I do this.
Okay.
What
are you doing?
I wrote dialogue between Scott and a specific character who is the brother of the skeletal man. All right?
Sure.
And in one of the dialogue, he made a joke about his brother, and ultimately I think the name sounds very nice actually as the actual name. So this character's name is Emerald. Okay. Easy enough. He is literally in the show, he is like an emerald skeleton.
And so what you're saying is that he eventually has a brother in season 4. Emerald has a brother.
Eventually unveiled, yes. Not that he'll eventually have one. Like he does have one. Just how he comes into
the show. Okay.
Fruition. Yeah. So
okay, Emerald and Alvaro.
Emerald, yes. Emerald and Alvaro. Emerald has elements of magic that are very electrical based. And just saying, we have another character in the show who's very electrical based. Could be good to get some knowledge between the two.
Oh, Ben training arc?
Not to like a sorcerer degree, but I will say Alvaro and Emerald do kind of like give them help, not like to become full-fledged, like you have magic too, but like different like training elements of like being able to like the power that you already have, that you can do these exercises and you'll enhance your power and have better control with them in a sense. So they're pretty vital. They're pretty vital to unlocking our greater selves in the greater fight against evil.
Okay. Wow. So this is interesting. When you hyped me up for the penultimate episode, I thought we were going to have to fight these guys, but they look good and they seem to be having connections to our characters. They seem pivotal to the story, though. So this is very interesting, very fascinating. I can't wait to see what's unveiled here.
Yeah. So then we have the final episode. Damn it! Now, shit. I've lingered on this one so much. I'm like, damn. Did I upstage the last photo? I hope not. It looks really good. This is the last episode title.
Wow! There he is.
There I am, Gary.
Rock the Rebel meets Metal the Devil. That's a beautiful alliteration of wordplay there. I love it.
Pretty good.
And we meet the Man in Black himself. Wow.
There he is.
Awesome. You got a blade And a blade by Ashley as well.
Yep, she's carrying a gold blade, gold hilt. Very important, actually, in this show, which will.
And oh
showcase.
wow, look at me with that lightning punch. Look at I was gonna say Carson. Look at Nick over there with his suit as well. Time Blazer suit. Oh, man, this seems badass. This is awesome.
I just finished this tonight.
Wow.
I was like, I want to get them all. I want to give the people something. And it's funny, like as soon as I completed it, and I stepped back, I was like, oh my god, everyone's here.
This is amazing. This is incredible.
Good stuff. Have different elements of their costumes. So if I zoom in over here a little bit, let's see, we got a little bit of stuff for Nick. This hasn't been showcased yet, really. His full armored suit. So Nick's suit here, as I said, he has like different enhanced appendages already. So when the fight gets a bit tough out there and he wants to help his friend Scott, he's like, okay, well, I have a capacity to do something. Let me do something. And he just like takes what he's got, just expands that. He didn't replace it. That should be important. That he's not just a walking head. It's just an exoskeleton, but it's a enhanced suit. I think it looks pretty cool. We got Ben here, who I have now decided I think I'm giving a beard.
Oh, sweet! I got a beard.
I think it's a cool look. Yeah, he's got different electrical elements. Every time I draw electricity is a very interesting way of how I do it. So basically, I have to like draw them at like the tiniest like font of different squiggly lines, and then I have to expand them exponentially so it has like that crackle of like pure light, and then layer the different colors, and it's just goddamn it, but it looks nice.
The plight of an artist.
This we have another image of the Man in Black here, which is interesting because this is I've yet to draw this man sideways. So I hope it's
yeah. It was a brand new experience for me as well. I mean, at least watching it or looking at it here.
A little cloak there.
Yeah, I'm gonna say you see the cloak there, you see the mask up top. Yeah, I really like it.
And then we have down here Scott and Ashley. I want to implement different things. So I have obviously got the Time Blazer suit here. It's the official one, the main one, the final phase. A different glow of the watch back there. And then I have Ashley over here. As I said before, she has more of a robe wrapping type suit.
Which is really cool, yeah.
With her, oh shit, I went the wrong way. With her cloak back here. And then we're going to just back up. And to implement more bit of her power set, I have her fading from black into existence because of the teleportation. And yes, the gold hilt is an interesting... It's a very important what's the word? Like it's a very like in the sense of like how important a lightsaber is to like the Jedi Order. Having a gold hilt is a very like special weapon where Ashley comes from. Very cool. I'm very excited to showcase those because they're actually retractable blades, which is fun. So yeah, in regards to the titles, Rock the Rebel, Metal the Devil, that's a little Easter egg of my own personal accord. I fought the devil. No. Basically, I have a very favorite band. It is a rock metal band from Denmark, and they go by the name Volbeat. And I thought it would be fun, as long as I put it organically, to name specific episodes after different albums they put out. So,
oh wow,
this is their first album, Rock the Rebel, Metal the Devil, and I thought it was like it sounds so cool, and I'm just like, damn, like does that work within the story? And I'm like, hell yeah, because we're gonna fuck this dude up, hopefully. Because again, he is the main antagonist. So this is a good one. This is season 1, baby.
This is fascinating. So I have some questions.
Oh yes.
So two-part finale. Do our new characters they met, Emerald and Alvaro, do they have knowledge of the Man in Black, or do they?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
They're aware.
Are a lot of
Kind of
people
like
aware of Men in Black? I never really asked this. But
no, the
he seemed to be
organization's pretty secret.
okay.
But it's kind of like even like with their knowledge, it's more like whispers and stuff of legend type deal. You know, they never been like one-on-one with this entity. The only person who would have probably had an actual one-on-one in the past of like facing the atrocities would be Tortalis because of like what that organization has done with its people, which I didn't like to specify too much, was that where their headquarters is located, like their primary, like the Emperor's headquarters, resides along the same area landmass that Tortalis's people originated from. So as
Oh,
so as
fascinating.
so as they expand the size of their empire, there's their
Conflict.
community begins to diminish more and more. And yes, there is conflict as well.
Wow. Okay.
So let's just jump through all these here. Look at this. Episode 1 is Dreams. Episode 2, Rebirth. Episode 3, Connections. Episode 4, Nick of Time. Episode 5, Rock the Rebel. Episode 6, Metal the Devil.
Man, 6-part episode, greenlit on Netflix. Let's go.
And even the logo is a little bit like has like a blast of energy, because this is clearly a nice splash page packing a punch, and it does also reflect the fuchsia and mint colors that are important against the evil red.
Exactly. It reminds me of like, the purple and green that we see from Kate and Nick, or Kate and Scott.
Ashley.
Ashley. I don't know where I'm getting Kate from. Sorry, Ashley and Scott in the Dreams title card, so as well. So
and yeah.
Really cool.
I got one more.
Oh.
Debatable to show this.
What are you doing to me? Okay, it's a little bit early tease, early look, but the audiences love these, so.
It's early, my man. It's from that spicy era.
It's just all white.
Yeah. Well, it's not a very clean image, but it is a little something.
Oh. Scott's in trouble.
Or someone by his hand is.
Oh. That's
boy.
exciting. Wow.
Whew. Man. You say exciting, I say emotional damage.
Emotional trauma is always exciting. Give me all of it.
Yeah,
man, Nathan, this looks very promising. Very promising indeed. Very exciting.
If I was a studio pitching to you, would you buy it?
I would, just based off of like the core, and this is the reason why. I mean, the core thing that got me excited for this show, besides of course being in it, episode 4, guys, watch it, is the interpersonal relationships that are going to be happening here. And each time we talked about a new episode, it felt very character focused. It felt very based on a personal level for each of the characters, especially early on with what Ashley, Nick, Scott, and Ben are going through. And then you add in all these fantastical elements with Tortalis and Emerald and the Man in Black, and it's just right up my alley. And a ton of different genres in there, different concepts. It's very exciting. Man, I would totally buy this.
Let's go.
Give me the green light. Green light, baby. Let's go.
As long as I have full creative control, because
I need it.
I'd be so scared if like I got to a point where like I so desperately need money and like someone wants to buy this, but I'd be scared to sell it because they won't let me control it. It has to finish right.
Yeah, don't pull a Rick Riordan with the Percy Jackson movies. You gotta bide your time. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, this is your baby. So keep it in your head, keep it in your space.
My 10-year-old baby. Ugh.
Oh boy, they grow up so fast, right?
Can you get a job? Can you do something? Can you please poke it with a stick? Come on, do something, please. I'm trying, but yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be really nice. It's so weird, because I look back at the teaser, and while it was really cool at the time to unveil a look at how the world is,
Yeah.
as limited as it was without any of this knowledge I just dropped, I'm just like, I look at it now and I'm just like, oh, there's no shading.
Yeah, you're already
Oh!
evolving in just a few months' time. Like there's been so many changes in terms of artistry and stuff. Yeah, that's fascinating.
Because initially I got like so obsessed with the airbrush tool, just like, oh, this, like, having actual like light of shadow looks good, but it's like, you cannot replicate that per frame. You can't do that. Just draw it, motherfucker. Just draw it darker. Just get those edges. Every 2D classic cartoon we grew up with did it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was literally it's interesting because I every time I watch something animated, I get I always like am studying how the animation is going. Like recently, I was telling you, I was watching Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Tears.
Second half. Sorry, I had a friend and they were in the middle. I wasn't gonna make the whole group start.
Hey guys, can you start from episode 1, please?
No. But the animation was really interesting because it wasn't just like, full-blown fluidity. Like there's a lot of still frames.
Yeah.
There's a lot of still frames. There's a lot of shots where someone's talking, but like their mouth looks scary, and I'm like, that's genius. It saves so much time, but also it doesn't like break my flow at all.
Yeah. Trigger Studio, baby, they're really good.
And even just, I was watching the elements where like they drove to like outside the city, right?
Yeah.
And they were just kind of like looking over at it, and they were like doing a shot where like they were like panning back, where like their foreground was like rising amidst the background, and it was just like moving at different elements. And I was like, damn, that's so achievable and so effective. And it's like they're just two still images, but it's conveying so much.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe this won't kill me. And then I'll get to an action. I'll be like, fuck.
Yeah.
Because again,
Yeah.
Again, we get to that. Just look at the title card of the last episode. Whew.
It's a lot.
Tired already.
Yeah, I'm so happy you're getting inspiration from those great sources. Like Cyberpunk Edge Runners is a great animation product. Like Trigger Studio, like if you saw the Star Wars Visions episode with the two brother and sister, the siblings, like, and then you see Cyberpunk Edge Runners, like they can do with these bombastic stuff, but then a lot of their stuff is very simple. But it's edited in a way that seems so bombastic and out of this world, which is awesome. But yeah, very good. I'm so happy. I mean, all this stuff, all these teases, the title cards, the outline for these characters, where they're going, where they're headed, the conflicts. I'm excited to see, Nathan. I'm chomping at the bit.
I'm cooking.
And I'm
cooking
hungry.
Thanksgiving dinner. Fuck. Alone. But I'm not alone. I have a wonderful cast that I couldn't be more thrilled to have. Evan has already recorded all of his lines for the first episode, which was an experience. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that was fun. It was first time like voice acting. It was the first time somebody having me direct or somebody directing me. Yeah, and that was very interesting. Just trying to get the tones and the cadences correct was really fun and cool. Not very stressful at all. I mean, it was just fun. I mean, that's what happens when you're working with a group of friends. Nothing's really stressful. It's just very collaborative and interesting, and I had a great time doing it.
He's lying. I made him do so many takes.
No, I'm dead ass. Like, it's not like, oh, this motherfucker. Oh no, it's like, no. I mean, like,
I felt like it.
No, like you never have like these stories. For example, who did I compare it to? David Fincher. Like, you never see an actor be like, I hated David Fincher so much for having me do 20. That's the job, right? Like, that's the job. That's what you signed up for. Not that I'm getting paid to do this, of course, but it's just like I
would love to. We have no money. If you would like to fund this, I think there's still a Patreon link in the description.
Patreon.
Give me more looks like at this, and then actual footage.
No, dude. Regardless of what you may think, no, it was fine. It was fine. It was fun. I enjoyed working on it. I'm ready for more too.
From my point of view, it was like my first actual quote unquote professional directing, like an actual, like in terms of like committing an actual product. I remember back in school in the theater class, not actual theater, we were set to do an exercise, and you know how majority of like students who were actually in that class is just like, what do you say? All right, say the lines, all that stuff. And we broke off to like do partner work and then do these actual scenes. I was already like, I wanted to make stuff like this, and what just ignited it within my heart so much is like when we were doing the scene, and then I was like telling my scene partner, I was telling her, all right, let's try it like this way. And then I actually like I performed. I wasn't just saying lines, I was performing it. And then she was just like, oh, whoa. Not to say I was like an Oscar worthy actor or anything. I'm just saying like I was like one of few people in that class who was actually like taking the source material seriously with care. And so when she had that response to something that I was crafting, I was like, oh my God, yeah, I do want to do this. This is wonderful. And so when it came to that night, that fateful night, Evan,
I remember it like it was yesterday.
Cassandra? Just so many lines. It's funny because it's only 8 lines, but like 2 of them are like, yeah.
yeah. Now it's all coming back to me. Jeez.
And I was like, oh, you have to say it with the right like exhaustion, like because usually like most people are like faster, more tense. And they're like, no, be sluggish, be tired. Don't give me energy. Getting the right thing. But it was fun because like it was the first time I'm actually like doing a project where I'm directing for. I mean, I've made like small things, but like this is real, quote unquote. This is like a big thing with a big team, not a very big team, but it's with a team, and it's coming out, and it's like the first like actual like project that I'm releasing, and that was the first piece of direction I did for it. It was you sir. You made history for me.
History, I love it. And it was a fun night, dude. It was a great night. Like I wouldn't have liked doing it with anybody else.
Now that being said, while I was directing him, I was like, oh. Not to say Evan was bad. He's great. I just mean like we had to get there. It doesn't just you don't always just get lucky with the first take. So when we are doing it, I was like, okay, because as me being the writer as well, I have a specific way that like I wrote it in like how I heard it. So I'm like, okay, I'll just get him to say it that way. And I tried to like, you try so many different ways, like try it like this, doing it yourself to mirror how you can copy it or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. And my goodness. I didn't realize how like it's as I was like directing you again to try another take, I was just like, oh man, we just did 7 in a row on this one line, and oh God, he's just like, okay, like you're taking it and you're being a very good sport. But yeah, obviously you're saying like, oh no, it's fine. But in my brain, I'm just like, he's regretting signing on for 6 years.
Oh man, I'm so out of here. I texted Nathan. Yeah, I'm out. No,
the smallest line. It's funny because like anybody else I would have grown up with, trying to tackle something like that with that many takes would have been like, oh, what the no, absolutely not.
No, dude, I'm serious. Like you can ask Jalen. Like I walked out of that and we ended up watching some TV afterwards. I was like, Jay, I just had so much fun. Like I want to do some more. So it was great.
You made me cry. God damn it!
You
had fun. I directed you. You had fun. Fuck, man.
Yeah, because from my perspective, it was my first time doing something like that too. I'm very new to this too. I didn't take any kind of like voice acting classes or anything of the such. I've been podcasting for 2 years. That's my audio 2 to 3 years now. That's my audio history. So yeah, it was fun diving into all that.
Oh, it's so funny. I was just listening to Chris Stuckman's podcast. And he had a new episode with David Sandberg.
Yeah.
And they were both like scared. Like the first time they directed, they were like, when do we yell action? Like, like we don't want to like say it early and mess up the crew or something. And even Chris was just like, all right. He went into his DP and he was like, you know what to do. Just I'm not gonna fucking say it.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I gotta catch up on those episodes. Just 2, right?
Yeah, they're both so wonderful. I was listening to them as I was drawing some of these yesterday because it's just that's my favorite podcast right now, man. Because it really does just like lock into filmmaking, and because that's what Chris's whole journey is. This is important, honestly, and I think it serves as this because Chris's whole journey is to actually grab people who made it and be like, hey, don't just tell me to film on my phone, motherfucker. How did you get here?
Yeah.
And they tell you.
I hate that stuff. Yeah, just get your phone out and start filming. That's how you make it. Like, no, that's not true. But
like, yeah, some things, but like the goddamn iPhone did not give you Shazam, motherfucker. Let alone Lights Out. And this whole journey is great, especially being like a filmmaker overseas, not in America. The whole journey.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it's wonderful. It's great to hear. It's very inspiring, especially when you're in the trenches of animation like me, where you're just like, okay, here we go. Honestly, as soon as I am able to properly secure some type of funds, I need to hire animators because I clearly have gotten too bold with this story. But I think it's going to be a very nice one. I already have a huge through line on season 2, which is funny. That was like the last season I got a proper through line on. Because that's so many different journeys set, and like I don't know if you've ever like been writing and gotten to like a point where like, you know, you have to like make a whole story, but something pops in your head of just like, oh, I can't wait to get to this point. I'm just gonna write this point first, and I'll fill in the blank later.
Yeah,
I have so many notes. I think you remember we were at Celebration in that bar, and I was like, look at my Time Blazer notes. And you're like, Jesus Christ. And most of them are just like quick little like tag bits of just like, so and so does this and this can come from this. But then I have like pages written of full stories. Like I remember like last time I visited here, leaving my friend's house, Ty's house, who will play gym. I was leaving and it was like 3 a.m. And it was before I moved back here, but it was just like 3 a.m. I'm in the Uber and I'm just like, I feel something, and I wrote my it's hard to say if it's weird to say my favorite scene because of the subject matter, but it was the season 3 finale, and it is like, if I pull it off right, I really think it'll be like my peak thing.
Wow.
And I because I've written that scene, I've had that scene written before for years, but then I wrote the definitive version of it, and I was just like, oh my. Yeah, I got home and I laid in bed and I was like, I can't stop typing until I finish this because this has to be. It's here now. If I don't right now, it's gone.
Yeah, you talked about season 3 and like future seasons, stuff like that, and I'm like, oh wow, this is where things get very crazy and interesting. Have things changed since you told Carson and I about like season 3 and 4 and beyond?
Yeah, 4 has changed for sure because initially I was, like I was saying earlier in the pod, a Civil War type story between the team, which I think could be cool, but I think I have a lot more personable journey. It's also interesting too. Real quick before I drop what I was saying before, season 2 will be fun, guys. It's I know you stopped to see season 1, but season 2 will be fun because it's actually like it's time travel, like it's actual like through time, and it's a whole slew of adventure that is going to be a blast. But yeah, since developing future seasons, yeah, it's changed a bit. Where was I talking? What were we? What did you say? I'm getting lost.
I forget. We were talking about future seasons and yeah, I forget too. Season 2 and stuff.
Oh yeah, I was just like yeah, writing different seasons of very passionate, very interesting through lines. Yes, I changed season 4 from Civil War to be more. Okay, no, that's what I was saying. I feel tricky at times because I want to service every character, right?
Yeah.
But I also do have to remember that Scott is the main character. So I will have other characters that are in service of his story, but then there's other characters who I want to like deeply enrich, and depending on like how the story goes, I kind of like have that bit of fear where like I fear some people will be like, how could you just do this with this character? Like, why, when they could be so much more. But like I need these course of events to happen to take Scott on this journey to mold him into the best character I can.
Yeah, never be afraid to like dive into other characters. Like there's some great ensemble shows that I love, like like Lost, one of my favorite shows of all time. And Jack was still the main character, but like there's a couple episodes where he's just not the focus, but it all builds to what he has to do and his whole character arc. So yeah, I see, and I understand what you're going through. It's a juggling act. It's hard.
Yeah, for 6 seasons, but we're gonna do it.
Yeah, this was fun.
Absolutely. So, creative consultant Evan, where can they find you?
They can find me on Twitter at HarrisEV9 Creative Consulting. I'm always itching to hear more about Time Blazers. So off air, I'll be asking Nathan questions. On air, I'm asking Nathan questions. It's always a great time. But yeah, Harris EV9. I'm watching tons of TV, tons of anime. We're doing Hyperspace Hype. We're doing My Cup of Tea, where we just went over the whole DC slate that was revealed last week, and Last of Us episode 3. Watch that episode because we had a ton of fun talking about everything. And then we have future episodes ahead and future commentaries ahead. Yeah, 2023 is going to be a big year for us on this channel.
Absolutely. I think I froze. I'm back. Okay. No, we're at the end anyway. It's fun. Luckily, with you not being creative consultant, Evan, you can ask me anything, and I will spoil anything. Which is, scary because I talk about season 3 all the time, but you don't know.
But literally, as you were talking, I looked up like the notes I took during that one like deep dive session a couple months ago now, and I'm like, what happened in season 3 again? I'm like, I just have certain bullet points. I'm just like, oh, okay, this is what a little bit I remember about what happens here and there. But yeah, really cool.
All right, so yeah, please follow @_TimeBlazer for updates on the show. Most production updates will come from my Twitter, @_Nathan Rojas. All of our social medias are linked in the description. But yeah, you follow @_TimeBlazer so you can see official posters and media and trailers and special updates and announcements, all that different stuff. Follow the production, all that stuff. It's fun. Patreon, everything description. So yeah, that being said, if you guys enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe not already, ring that bell so you don't miss future uploads about Time Blazer, especially the episodes themselves. I really want them to do well. Even if they don't do well, I promise you, I'm still going to be making them. I'm not trying to appease anybody. I will be making them. But if you could share it around and get people into it with you, that would be wonderful.
Always.
So yeah. Hope you guys have a great day. Catch you guys next time.
Bye.
Oh, and this year. It'll come out this year. I'm not going to just settle on a date because I always screw myself over with my projects doing that. So just know this year, at least episode 1, and then I will be 2 through 6 will be uploaded subsequently repeatedly, so they'll all be completed in tandem so that you can enjoy them back to back, so you don't have to have as long as a wait between episode 1 and the rest of them.
Great idea. Love it.
There we go.